Welcome to AnSRS4U Fly America Act. This short lesson will introduce you to the Fly America Act. The Fly America Act requires that all federally funded travel be on a U.S. flag carrier or a U.S. flag carrier service provided under a code share agreement. Code sharing occurs when two or more airlines code the same flight as if it was their own. In other words, a U.S. airline may sell a seat on the plane of a foreign air carrier. This seat is considered the same as one on a plane operated by a U.S. flag carrier. Compliance with the Fly America Act is satisfied when the U.S. air carrier's designator code is present in the area next to the flight numbers on the airline ticket, boarding pass, or on the documentation for electronic ticket. You can find a complete list of certified U.S. flag air carriers on transportation.gov. If your travel does not comply with the Fly America Act, the government will not reimburse your airline ticket. There are some circumstances where it's not reasonable to use a U.S. flag air carrier, and you can make an exception to the Fly America Act. These circumstances are when a U.S. carrier is not available, when using a U.S. carrier would extend the travel time by 24 hours or more, when a U.S. carrier does not offer a nonstop or direct flight between the origin and destination, and using a U.S. carrier increases the number of aircraft changes outside the United States by 2 or more, extends travel time by 6 hours or more, or requires a connecting time of 4 hours or more at an overseas interchange point. Also, when the flight from the origin to destination is less than 3 hours and using a U.S. flag carrier doubles the flight time. When there is an applicable open skies agreement in effect that meets the requirements of the Fly America Act. Please note that lower cost and personal convenience are not acceptable criteria for justifying the non-availability of a U.S. flag air carrier. Open skies agreements are bilateral or multilateral agreements between the U.S. government and the governments of foreign countries that allow travelers to use foreign air carriers from these countries for government-funded international travel. The United States currently has open skies in effect with European Union, Australia, Switzerland, and Japan. The agreement with the European Union permits the use of an EU air carrier for travel outside the United States. Note, as of January 1st, 2021, the United Kingdom is no longer a member of the EU. Consequently, the Open Skies Agreement with the EU does not pertain to the UK. Travelers must use a U.S. flag carrier to travel from the U.S. to the UK, and not a UK airline. To document a Fly American exception or waiver, including under an open sky agreement, you must include the following information in your travel reimbursement: a completed and assigned internal agency Fly America exception form, a detailed travel itinerary from a travel agent or online travel service, the search results performed at the time of booking from an online travel service that document all available flights and the existence of the Fly American exception identified on the Fly American exception form if applicable. To ease the burden on the traveler or their booking designee, Texas A&M has contracted with Shorts Travel Management to ensure compliance with the Fly American Act when airfare is booked through Shorts. Shorts will book within compliance, or an acceptable exception will be noted that carries to the expense report in Concur. While booking through Shorts either via Concur online or by calling them directly is recommended. A traveler may choose to accept this responsibility and book through other means. By doing so, the traveler assumes 100% responsibility that the airfare is in compliance or a valid exception is documented. Documentation must be attached to the Concur expense report. Documentation of compliance is the appearance of the U.S. air flag carrier's designated code and flight number on tickets or associated documentation for all legs of the trip. Should the travel be booked outside of Short's travel management, the exception form can be found on the FMO website. For more information, contact your Sponsored Research Services project administrator or refer to the Texas A&M University Division of Finance and Business Services Disbursement Manual. We hope that this short video on the Fly American Act has given you a better understanding of the requirements for flying on federal funds.